14. They found the radiation shelter midway through the tunnel, closed themselves inside, stripped off their suits, drank some water, breathed the cool air. They crowded in the tiny stone room together, smelling each other's sweat. Erno started to get sick. He had chills. He felt nausea. Tyler made him sip water, put his arm around Elmo's shoulders. Tyler said it was radiation poisoning, but Erno said it was not. He sat wordless in the corner the 9 hours it took until the all-clear came. Then, ignoring Tyler, he suited up and headed back to the colony. 15. So that is the story of how Erno discovered that he was not a man. That indeed, Tyler was right, and there was no place for men in the society of cousins, and that he, Erno, despite his grievances and rage, was a cousin. The cost of this discovery was Erno's own banishment and one thing more. When Erno turned himself in at the constabulary headquarters, eager to tell them about Gross and ready to help them find Tyler, he was surprised at their subdued reaction. They asked him no questions. They looked at him funny, eyes full of rage and something besides rage. Horror? Loathing? Pity? They put him in the same white room where he had sat before and left him there alone. After a while, the blonde interrogator, Mona, came in and told him that 3 people had been injured when Tyler and Erno had blown off the vacuum seal while escaping. One, who had insisted on crawling after them through the escape tunnel, had been caught in there and died. Erno's mother. Erno and Tyler were given separate trials, and the colony voted. They were to be expelled. Tyler's banishment was permanent. Erno was free to apply for readmission in 10 years. The night before he left, Erno, accompanied by a constable, was allowed to visit his home. Knowing how completely inadequate it was, he apologized to his sister, his aunt, and his cousins. Aunt Sophie and Nick treated him with stiff rectitude. Celeste, who somehow did not feel the rage against him that he deserved, cried and embraced him. They let him pack a duffel with a number of items from his room. After leaving, he asked the constable if he could stop a moment on the terrace outside the apartment before going back to jail. He took a last look at the vista of the domed crater from the place where he had lived every day in his life. He drew a deep breath and closed his eyes. His mother seemed everywhere around him. All he could see was her crawling on hands and knees in the dark, desperately trying to save him from himself. How angry she must have been, and how afraid. What must she have thought as the air flew away and she felt her coming death? Did she regret giving birth to him? He opened his eyes. There on the terrace stood the recycler he had thrown pebbles at for years. He reached into his pack, pulled out Stories for Men, and stepped toward the bin. Alicia came around the corner. "Hello, Erno," she said. A step from the trash bin, Erno held the book awkwardly in his hand, trying to think of something to say. The constable watched them. "I can't tell you how sorry I am," he told Alicia. "I know you didn't mean this to happen," she said. "It doesn't matter what I meant, it happened." On impulse, he handed her the copy of Stories for Men. "I don't know what to do with this," he said. "Will you keep it for me?" The next morning, they put him on the cable car for Sander. His exile had begun.